Okay, so today is that. What we're going to do is we need to do this one. Okay, so we have this, and we look, it is 86. I'm going to go here. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to add, how to read the abacus. Hello. Hey, Tandem, how are you doing? Welcome. You're like the first one here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Okay, so we're doing 86. We have 80, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5, 6. 80 goes over here, 86. So to do 86, we're going to do 80 and then 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6. That's what we're doing. And so then it takes us to this box over here. With this box, we're going to do 4. On my abacus, I'm going to put in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to color it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it takes us to this box. So what I've done was I've given you a path, and what we're going to do is we're going to follow the numbers. So these are the numbers we're going to be coloring in. So it's supposed to be kind of relaxing to color in the abacus. And so we got to do 90. 90, so let me clear my abacus. I'm going to clear my abacus. I'm going to do 90. 90 is a 9 and a 0. 90. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So I'm going to color it in now. I'm going to color my abacus. I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then that will take me to, so this goes over here. This is what we got to do next. So we have 30. On my abacus, I'm going to do 30. I'm going to do 2. So when we color it in, it's 30. 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2. 1, 2. How is everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mom, okay. What? Oh, that's it. Okay. So that's 32. 32 is that. 32. And then we're going to do here 76. 76 will go up to here. So we got to put in 70, 5, 6, 7, and we do 6. 5, 6. So when we color it in, we do 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 6. What we're reading is we're learning how to read the abacus. So 76 takes me to here. So what's going to happen is I look over here, and I need to color in my number. So my number is 99. So on the abacus, I'm going to color in 90, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I have to do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it takes me to this one. This one, we're looking at this number, 84. So on the abacus, we have 80. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. That was not an earthquake. So we have 80. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Our next number is 70. Now let's see. Can I do that? Okay, so 70. So 5, 6, 7. 70 looks like this. 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. So is it mostly just remembering single numbers and then compounding? Ooh, that's a good one. Like 8 and 4. No, not 8 and 4, Travis. It's 3 and 8. So when we're looking, it's 1 plus the 5 is now 6. 2 plus the 5 is now 7. 3 plus the 5 is 8. 4 plus the 5 is 9. Does that make sense, Travis? Thank you for the follow. But that's a really good analysis. Thank you. That's a really good one. But yes, it's kind of like that. So really, if you look at the single digits, these are all ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we do is the top bead will always be 5. You'll know that when you add the top, then you can count higher. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you're right, it's all single digits. So if we do this is 9. So this is 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. These are all 9s. Now when we're looking, we have our place value. Now we can talk about place values. And what I was doing, I was usually talking about the tens and the ones. But now we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000. Oh, that didn't make sense, right? And then if you notice, our ones, we have a decimal. It sits between the ones and the tenths. So we have our decimal that sits right here. It doesn't take a place value. So then we have our tenths and our hundredths. I just unloaded everything. So let me go back to answering this question. So I need to do 79. 79, right? When we look at their abacus, we do 70 and we do 9. Okay, that's really good clarification, actually. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been teaching abacus for about 20 years, so I should be able to explain. I'm happy that you understand my explanation, because if you didn't, I'd be really kind of upset. Thank you. Hey, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. So we're going to do 7, 5, 6, 7. So we do the tens over here, and we're going to do the ones. We do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have our 93. We're going to take 90, and we go over here, 93. So we do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a maze that I made. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we will be learning how to add and subtract. But the first thing we're going to do is understand how to read the abacus, because if you don't know how to read the abacus, then it would be difficult to do some adding and subtracting. So we have 93. Now I have 42. 42 goes to this side. Oh, there it goes. 42. So 42 is 40 and 2. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 2. 1, 2. And then, hello, Hubba Bubba. Are you the gum? I like the gum, but then it loses flavor after a while. So we have 57. 57. We have our 5 up here. So we have 5, and then we have 7. 5, 6, 7. So then we'll color in 7. 5, 6, 7. So my final answer is 57. All right, cool. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. So let's do a little review before we go to the next thing, the next puzzle. So Hubba Bubba, if you're still around, we're going to count and we're going to review. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the value of 5. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. 10, if you look, looks very similar to this, but now we have 11. When we look, we can do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. When I do 5, 5 is everything. Notice that all the beads are touching this horizontal bar. When the beads are touching the horizontal bar, we are now counting it. So these are all 5s. When I want to do 6, it's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, and then 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Hubba Bubba, if you're still around, let me know. If you're not, I'm going to continue on. So if you're looking, I do sell abacus on my website. TikTok shop. Sorry, I sell it on my TikTok shop, and this is the one I'm using. This is a 7-column abacus. It's made out of plastic, and it's very easy to move. Now, you have to be careful because it's so easy to move. If you bump it, you're going to get the wrong answer. So don't bump. What we're going to do is we're going to move the beads with intention. You don't want to flick. And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it. You don't want to flick, because if you flick, your answer will become wrong. Why? Because it will move all the other beads on the other all the other columns. So be careful not to flick too hard. And what we want to do is we want to be happy when we use the abacus. Why? Because it's so easy to move. Okay, so what's the next thing? So we know how to read. Okay, we know how to do this, Lynette. What's the next thing? What's the next activity? Thank you everybody for joining. We're going to be learning how to do math in the middle of the night. There are some people that come by and we call it midnight math. Welcome to midnight math. How is everybody doing? Which song will you sing? For what? What kind of song am I supposed to be singing? And what is it for? Is it for...
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Or is it for open your mind?
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Oh, the life goal achieved. Check the goal and celebrate the moment. Hey, Rosie, thank you so much for letting me know. I was like, what am I supposed to be singing? I don't know what I was supposed to be singing. I'm going to be singing When You're Happy and You Know It. Do some abacus. When you're happy and you know it. Move some beads. When you're happy and you know it. And you really want to show it. We're going to do some math today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rosie, for letting me know. That one was off the hook. That one was like, I didn't even know what that was. Thank you so much. I appreciate the celebration. All right. So what are we going to do right now? We are, oh, see, that didn't work. That annoys me. You know what? I'm supposed to have this plus service at the bottom, but all I see is this subscription. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Oh. Nope, that didn't work. And it's been so long since I did this. Nope. Okay, hold on. Did that work? Okay, I think that worked. Yes, that worked. Okay. Hey, you're so fun. Thank you for your education. Oh, yeah, not a problem. I'm hoping that everybody enjoys it. Thank you so much for letting me know about the celebration. Because everything runs, and I'm like, oh my God. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another maze. But this time, hey, Katie, welcome back. What we're going to do this time is you're going to tell me what the answer is. And this time we're going to do 3 digits. This is another activity that I created. And this activity is for learning how to read the abacus. Because we're learning how to read the abacus, we're going to, after we figure out how to do that, then we're going to go into understanding how to move the abacus and do some adding and subtracting. So here is my question, and we're going to start here. This is my maze. If I have my hundreds, my tens, my ones, tens, hundreds. I'm going to color it in. What number do you think this is? Let me know in the chat what number you think this is. What number do you think that is? I'll be honest, no clue, Desiree, what these were or how they worked before this, but now I'm intrigued. Oh, good, Desiree. This is an abacus, and what we're doing is we're moving beads. You're right, 994. You can't tell me you have no clue. Hey, Coco's mama, welcome back. Yes, it is 994. How do you know? How did you know, Desiree? I think you know. I think you're secretly smart and you don't know it. So when we're looking, we have our hundreds, hundreds, tens, and ones. Hundreds, tens, and ones. When we're looking, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what number do I have here? What number do you think this is? And remember, we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Oh, thank you. Hey, it's Leon. Thank you so much. Yes. 929. Thank you, Desiree. Desiree, I hope you will enjoy the abacus. I'm a little scared that you might not like it. And you'll be like, this is too complicated. I hope you do like it because I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. So please, I'm hoping that you keep your mind open for something different. So I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we think that is? Almost champagne. So when we're looking, we have 5, 6, thank you, Desiree, 60, and 1. When we're looking, your number says 115. That's what 115 looks like. The question we have is 561. And we're back. Yes, I am back. Welcome back, Fragile. Welcome back. So it's 561. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining and spending some time with me on learning how to read the abacus. And I'm actually quite excited. Oh, thank you for the garland and the rose, and thank you for the roses, and thank you, Rosie. Okay, so when I'm going to color it in, I have my hundreds, I have my tens, and I have my ones. What number do we think that is? If I have my hundreds, if my tens, and then I have my ones. This is my 3-digit abacus, and it is available if you're interested over here. So my name is Lynette. Thank you, everybody, and I teach abacus. I've been teaching abacus for 20 years, and now I'm in the process of I'm going to flood the market with abacus worksheets, workbooks, and everything about abacus because I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. Yes, 247. You're absolutely right. 247. I don't have this one in stock at the moment, but I do have other books, and we will get into it. So what is the next one? Our next number is, if I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we think this is? Oh, cancel. See? That didn't work. Okay. Yes. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Thank you. How do you add it? How do you add with it? Wait, hold on. 200, 236. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Leon. Trucker girl, when we do 232, looks like this. 1, 2. But we're going to do 6. So we have to remember that the top bead, yes, thank you, Katie, that the top bead will always be 5. When the top bead touches the horizontal bar, this is the horizontal bar, it is being counted. So this one specifically is the top bead. So this is what? 236. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. So, Fluffy Muffin, let's put a pin in that and let's continue on with this activity. Is that all right? And we will go into adding and subtracting. But for right now, I want to make sure that people understand how to read the abacus. And I have my tens, this is my hundreds, and this is my ones. So if I show you, this is my hundreds. I'm sorry, my tens. What number? Thank you, Leon. Yeah, Leon. Right? Is it Leon or Laon? I think it's Leon. Thank you, Fluffy. Yeah, hey, miracles. Thank you, Katie. Lawn. It's Lawn. Thank you so much. Okay, 30. I apologize for incorrectly calling your name. I feel bad. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. I'm happy you know that was you. I'm happy you knew it was you. Lawn. Okay, good. I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. What number do we have? Yes, thank you, Katie. 161. 161. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you. And 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6, and then 1. Thank you. Thank you. So 161 takes me to over here. So then we go here. What number is this? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Really? Really, Katie? I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I'm really excited. I'm really excited because we can do, I have like multiplication on this too. It's so fantastic. It's so fantastic. Yes, 849. You're absolutely right. 849. Come on, Fragile. You're good. You're good. Look at all these smart people. You're absolutely right. Oh, giraffe? Cindy. There you go, Cindy. So when we do 849. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. So 841 looks like that. Okay, it will take me to this number over here. So what is our next question? Thank you so much, Desiree. I appreciate that. So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number? 173. Thank you. Thank you, Desiree. Lawn. Yes, thank you, Lon. Thank you, Jade. Thank you. Hey, Josiah, welcome. Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Katie. Yes, thank you. Good. 173. And now we're over here. Oh, I don't know if Rosie is still around. So now what is this number? We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. We have our tens and our ones. Almost, Fluffy Muffin. Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Fluffy Muffin. Thank you, Josiah. Thank you, Jade. Yes, yes. 14. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good, good, good. I feel like, what is it? Mila Jovovich in The Fifth Element. Okay. Good. Chicken, good, good. So we have our hundreds, right? We have our hundreds. We have our tens. And then we have our ones. So we have our hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have tens, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then ones, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like school. Oh my God, this feels like school. It kind of is. You're learning, don't you? I'm hoping you learn. Oh, Josiah, good job, Josiah. Yeah, right. I am fragile. Right. Desiree, thank you. 488. Yes, 488. Thank you. Hey, August, welcome. Thank you. Yes, 488. And takes me to here. So my final answer, we are just about done with this maze. And now we're understanding how to read the abacus. Right? Right. I am fragile. Like you were with me when I only had like 5 people. It was just like you and me. Yes. It is 40. It is 1. You're right. Acting tough like I ain't have you gripping. I'm sorry. The sheets? These are the sheets. You're right. I'm gripping these ones. I've been gripping these ones all night and this night. I have many more sheets. You're so absolutely right, Jordan. I have a lot of worksheets. And if you look, I have even more. This is so fantastic. I'm so happy you were here last night, Jordan, but I wasn't sure that you were here for that. No way someone said that. But these are the sheets they're talking about, right? I have a ton of sheets. If you look, I've got a lot more worksheets. I don't know what they're talking about. I love trolls. They're so funny. They talk about it. All right. Whew. I have to stop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was a good one. Okay, what are we doing? What we're doing is we're understanding how to move the beats. Now, what we just did is we learned how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we need to learn how to move the abacus. Why? Because after we learn how to move the abacus, we'll go into how to add and subtract, multiply and divide. You can do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. So, what are we going to do? When we look at the abacus, you'll know that there's an edge. With the edge right here, you want to move the edges of the beads like this, right? And so when we're doing it, I'm gentle. I'm not delicate. I'm gentle. So I want to be gentle, right? Because you don't want to be aggressive. The reason why is because the beads are very easy to move. Because they're easy to move, you'll get the wrong answer. Yes, August, we can do decimals because we're on a decimal system. So every column is a place value. Thank you so much for the comment. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000s. Does that make sense? So when you notice, and you know what? I'm really excited that everybody's here. Thank you so much. If I am talking too fast, please let me know and I will slow down. But I'm super excited that everybody's here, and I think this is the greatest thing next to sliced bread. So when you look, I have my decimal. My decimal sits between the ones and the tens. So when we're looking, we have our ones and our tens and our tenths. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie. Katie was talking about this black dot here. There's a black dot. This is my ones indicator. That ones indicator, you can choose any one. If you choose this one or this one. Now, if I choose this one,
Pokemon, I choose you.
I can move my ones over here. So now I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we can keep going. But notice I don't have any more beads for the hundreds. Now, what we're going to do is instead we're going to choose
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
this one over here. Because I choose this dot, this ones indicator right here, I am going to do ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Now I have enough room for hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So when we're looking, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Yeah? Of course. It was confusing. Yeah, right, Katie? It was so confusing. And that's why we try to go, and that's what it is when you practice a little bit, right? I mean, you've been on for a little bit, so, and I know, I've seen you. I see you. And you know all my jokes. So I got to get some new jokes. All right. So what's going to happen is when we move the beads, we want to move the beads with intention, right? We don't want to be able to, we don't want to flick, because if you flick,
And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
if you flick too hard, you're going to get the wrong answer. So you want to move the beads with intention. The other thing is because it's easy to bump, you can bump, or if you have an earthquake, you get the wrong answer. But what's going to happen is you want to use your left hand to hold the abacus to stabilize it. Even though if you're left-handed, even though you write with your left hand, I don't know how many people write anymore, but if you do, you still hold the abacus with your left hand and you use your right hand to calculate. Does that make sense? So, depending on what we're doing, the reason why is because you do calculations with your left brain, and then you do art and drawing with your right brain. That's what I've heard. I'm not sure. So, I'm left-handed, yes. So then when you're left-handed, you'd still use your left hand to hold the abacus. That's the guideline, right? I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's a guideline. You know what I mean? So what's going to happen is, like, some people do this, but I only know, I mean, I've been teaching for 20 years, so I kind of do this, if that makes sense. So anyways, it's a guideline. It's just kind of there. It's like a, what's that card? In Pirates of the Caribbean, and she says parlay. It's a guideline. So these are all guidelines. What is it? Oh, don't they make bigger versions? Yes, they do. They do. So one person, and I, after thinking about the comment, I felt bad that I, kind of snapped at the person. But so this is a 7-column abacus. We do have a 13-column abacus, and I do have this available as well in my shop. Now with this 13-column abacus, it works exactly the same. We have our dots. Notice that there's dots, so you could choose any dot. If I choose this one over here, then I can do, and you notice that every dot is grouped with a group separator. So I have my ones, my thousands, then I go millions, and then I have billions, and then I have trillions. So when we're looking, we can count as much to the trillions. And then the other thing is, if I decide to be here in the middle, and this is my ones, then I have all of this stuff. I have all of these columns to be my decimals, and I have all of these columns to be my whole number. So we have our ones, our thousands, and then millions, and that's it. So then you might be asking, well, what if I want to track the national debt? Well, if you want to track the national debt, you need to get a bigger abacus because size matters. And this is a 23-column abacus. I do not sell this one. This one is my own personal one. And this is 23. This has been with me for 20 years. This one is made out of bamboo, and it's specifically made from Japan. It's kind of nice, and it's quiet. It's not as loud as the plastic ones. So, but that is it. It is what it is. So back to here, the 13-column abacus will be sufficient for adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. The reason why I would use the 13-column ones is because you have enough columns to help you calculate. And we also use the abacus to help us assist while we find the answers. However, when you're looking at this one, the 7-column abacus, it is a little tougher because the amount of columns that we have. So we can do some adding and we can do some multiplication, but we can't do a lot of it. It just depends on how big the number gets. So, size. So the abacus, I am fragile. And the abacus, I don't know what you're talking about. My goodness, thank you everybody so much for the likes. Thank you everybody for so much for the likes and the gifts. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miracles, for the heartbeat. Thank you for checking in. Okay, what are we doing? We're talking about the abacus and they're moving and the left hand and the right hand. Okay, we're done. Okay, now what are we going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. This is one of my other books. This is the first book I actually created. I'm on number 13, but this is my first book. And this one was meant to capture the young children. So this one was, understanding how to read the numbers and have activities with the numbers. Hey, August, have a good night. What time will I be on? Tomorrow is Tuesday. I should be on 8 Pacific Standard Time, if not earlier. I'm trying to get in earlier because I noticed that there's the East Coast. And yes, I understand. And I apologize for the late night. But yeah, I think I'm going to try to get in like either 7 or 8 Pacific Standard Time. It does depend on what time I get off at here. So you'll be in the morning tomorrow. But I hope to see you tomorrow, or if not, in my next live. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So what we're doing is this specific book is called the Preschool Abacus, and I was trying to get some activities for the children to be able to recognize the beads and to, be in a little bit interesting way. There's more activities and we're just going through. Now, we also talk about how to count forward and we talk about counting backwards. Hey, Desiree. Yeah, go to sleep. Have a good night. Thank you so much for dropping by, and hopefully I'll see you in my next live. I am live pretty often. Katie will contest to that. so can I am fragile. Okay. So, and then what we're doing here is we're understanding, the number of what comes between, and then we're going to look at the number, what comes after and what comes before. So the idea here was to understand the relationship of the numbers. Here is what is bigger and what is smaller. Okay. We're done with that, right? Now, the biggest thing is learning how to add and subtract. Now, I forget who asked. It helps. This helps. Really, Katie? I'll try not to laugh so much because I think laughing kind of disrupts the sleeping thing. All right. So what's going to happen is in Abacus world. Now we're going to talk about Abacus world. In Abacus world, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the add-in. We need to focus on the add-in. The reason why is because we want to know the number that we're adding or subtracting, right? It all depends on this number. It doesn't depend on the result. So what we're going to do is we're going to divorce the result and marry the process. Why? Because we need to know what we are trying to do. If anybody is interested, my name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for 20 years, and I have books in my TikTok shop, and I also have books here. You can find me over here. What we're doing right now is we're learning how to move the beads. So we understand how to read the abacus. Now we're going into moving the beads. Hey, Jihad, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So we have 5 on my abacus. If I have 5 on my abacus, I'm going to have the 1. Do I have enough to add the 1? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We're going to add the 1, and my final answer is 6. Hello, Cookie. What up, Jihad? How are you guys today? Welcome back. Welcome back. Crazy, right? 66 people when it was a time when it was like the 3 of us, the 4 of us. I appreciate everybody coming over and looking to see what the abacus is all about. So again, I got, got your tooth pulled. Woo! That's a no good. No good. Unless you're a toddler and it comes out live. I'm sorry. Thank you for the live. Gotta go. Okay, Lon, thank you so much for letting me know how to say your name. I'm confused, but this is the first video I watched. Okay, Jess. Hold on just a minute. Have a good night, Lon. I will see you in my next live. Yeah, no worries, no worries. If not tomorrow, then the day after. Yes, okay, cool. So, what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the beads. When we have 7, how do I get 7? We have 5, 6, 7. This is 7 on the abacus. I want to add the 1. When we add the 1, can I do it? I'm going to add this 1. Can I do it? Yes. Yes, we can. So we're going to add the 1. That's what we're doing. So my final answer is 8. Remember, we're not going to look at the answer. We're trying to figure out, can we add it? We need to look at the add-in. Now, when we're looking here, we have 5. We have 5 on the abacus, right? 5 on the abacus when we have the 2. If we have the 2, can we do it? Yes, we can. We can add the 2, and there we go. My final answer is 7. How do I know? 5, 6, 7. All the top bead is a value of 5. All the bottom bead is a value of 1. When we put it together, it's 7. There you go. So then we have we have 2. We can do 3. Now, why am I going through this? The reason why I want to go through is because I want to go through the different scenarios. Because every number is special. We need to understand how things are working. So we add the 5 and then we want to add the 3. Can we add the 3? Yes, we can add the 3. 1, 2, 3, and I add the 3, right? So it's the same thing if I had 1 and I want to add the 3. Can I do it? Yes, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so we have the 3. Now, this is another one where in mainstream math, you can do tallies, which is fine, or you can do the dots. But the difference between the dots and the tallies is what? The dots is kind of difficult to see because the human eye can only see like 5 things at a time. The tally is a little bit easier because it helps us group. But in the abacus, it becomes very intuitive. Why? Because if I have the 5 and I have the 3, now I know how to subitize. Subitizing means what? Subitizing means that they can see the number and you know what it is. So if I do this, this is 8. How do I know? 5, 6, 7, 8. If I do 9, this is 9. I could do 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. These are all 9s, right? Easy. So when I look, I have 0. How do I know this is 0? All the beads are not touching. None of the beads are touching the horizontal bar. I don't know if that was a double negative. So none of the beads, no beads are touching the bar. Because none of the beads are touching, that means this is 0. So now we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, when we add, we want to go to the horizontal bar. When we subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. So the next number that we're seeing would be -1. 4. Let's do 4. 4 is easy because 4 is plus the 4 minus the 4. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do subtraction. If you notice, we add the 2, goes to the horizontal bar. When we subtract the 1, can we do it? Yes. What's going to happen is I move it away from the horizontal bar. So now we're at 1. So you know how to add, you'll know how to subtract. You know how to put your jacket on, you know how to take your jacket off. Let me know if you know what movie that came from. Right? And that's what we're doing, whereas we're understanding the fundamentals. If you could just bear with me, we're just going to go through the fundamentals and then we'll start to increment. We will start to scale it. So let me know if you know where it came from. And if you can please...
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
If anybody knows what movie that came from, then I will have to call you old. So we have 3. When we do, yeah, right? Karate Kid? Yeah, Karate Kid. That's the new one. The old one was waxing on and waxing off. So what are we doing here? When we do 3, and I want to take away the 2, I'm going to take away this 2. That's all I'm doing, just taking away the 2. So if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm taking away the 2 items. They just happen to be on a column. They just happen to be in a specific way. So when we're looking, it's the same thing with the 3. When I have 4 on my abacus, I'm going to take away the 3. Take away the 3 is away from the horizontal bar. So my final answer is 1. Again, what we're doing is we're learning what to add and subtract. So if I have 9 on my abacus, I want to subtract the 4. My final answer is 5. It's not how do you make a 9, it's can I take away the 4? So then we're done with the 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the 5. When we add the 5, it's the same thing. We want to go to the horizontal bar. This is 5. When I have 4 and I want to add the 5, there it is. I'm going to add the 5 and my final answer is 9. Nobody knows where that one came from. This one?
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
So this is what we have. We have 1, and then we're going to do 6. When we add the 6, it's 5, 6, and we bring it together like that. My final answer is 7. And what we're doing is we're learning how to move the beads. And notice I pinch them at the same time. So if I have 1 and I want to add, when I want to add 7, I go 5, 6, 7. I want to add the 7. Thank you, AM-2427. Can I go slower? Yes. Let me go slower because I get excited because there's so many people here. Thank you so much for letting me know. So we have 1. When I have 1, I'm going to add it, right? I go to the horizontal bar. When I add the 7, I'm going to add 7. 5, 6, 7, and I add the 7. If you notice, to add the 7, I go to the horizontal bar and I pinch it. Yes, the 5 bead is the top bead is always the 5, no matter what. So when I subtract, I'm going to take it away like that. So what did I do? I subtracted the 7. I move it away from the horizontal bar. My final answer is 1. We could do it again with the 8. So we have 1, and I want to add the 8. To add the 8 is 5, 6, 7, 8. Together, you add 8. To separate, to minus 8, you just separate them. Right? Does that make sense, AM? 2427. So 9 is not very difficult. 9 is 9. 9 is minus 9. Add the 9, take away the 9. That's it. Okay, so now what's next? What's next? Well, what's going to happen is what happens when we don't have enough beads. What about larger numbers? Yes, Jessie. Yes, Jess. That's right. We're going to do it. We're doing it. Here is a concept. We need to understand concepts now. Why? Because now we're going to understand how to move the beads. Some of the mainstream world, what happens is we teach the kids how to add the 4 and the 1. I know nothing, and I've been trying to learn. Oh, I'm sorry. So okay, let's do a review for 2427. You know what? Before I go on, let me put in 2427. Does that make sense? So when we're looking, we have 1, 2 in the thousands. So here is the thousands, just like you have your number, right? So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the hundreds. We have 20 in the tens, 20, 1, 2 in the tens. And then we have 7, 5, 6, 7 on the ones. So let me count it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. After 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. 2427. Does that make sense? I had to pause while scrolling. I was brushing my teeth and you were calling my name. That's funny. That's funny. There's another person that comes by and says the same thing. Bro, I can't even read. Like this. I'm just, what? Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, good. It makes sense. Good. So when we're looking, we have our hundreds. We have our 100, right? 100, and then this is 10. This is 1. This is 10,000. This is 11,000. 11,000. 000. So that's what that is. So when we look, we have our ones, and our decimal sits between the ones and the tenths. And then we have our hundreds. So the decimal does not take a place value. I'm a little confused, but I'm trying to follow. Vivi? This looks like it's going to be great for my niece. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe so. I'm considering buying it. Startled. I had to get live and answer a math question. Okay, Vivi. What's going on, Vivi? Isaac. Yes, thank you. 9 times 9 is 81. Thank you so much, Isaac. When does the sale end? It doesn't? I don't know what sale it is. What age should learn this? What's the youngest age? The youngest age that I was looking at was 3. I think 2 is too young, but I was trying to do 3, 4, and 5, and that's why I had the activities to recognize the numbers. And so this was like a lot about count the numbers and then write the number and then find the abacus. Yeah, I just saw the bottom. I understand. Oh, Right. Okay. So it's really good to keep your yeah. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, good. So we're going to continue on to understand how to add the 4. Why? Because in mainstream math, we're teaching the kids how to add the 5. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Why? I don't know why. But in Abacus, it's a very critical thing. Why? Because we're going to start understanding how to move the beads. Somebody, I forgot, I apologize. Somebody asked, like, what happens when you want to add more? What happens when there's not enough beads? Let's start with this. We have 3. When we have 3, I want to add 4. But guess what? I don't have enough. Let me redo this. I have 3 pennies. If I have 3 pennies, right? What I want to do is I want to add 4. But I have but I don't have any more beads, right? I don't have any more loose change. So what I'm going to do is I have a nickel. This is more than enough. So what's going to happen is what? If this is too much, 5 cents is too much, guess what? I'm going to take away the 1. I can show you on my abacus. If I add the 5, I'm going to take away the 1. My final answer is 7. We can do it again. Let's do 4. And again, what we're doing is we're not memorizing what 4 plus 4 is. What we're going to do is we're going to understand how to use this concept. The concept is how to make a 5. We do not want any free-loading numbers. We want to make sure our numbers work. We want our numbers to work for us, right? We don't just want to memorize. We want to understand it and we want to utilize it. So we want to add the 4 and then I want to add another 4. Guess what? I don't have any more loose change. I don't have any more loose pennies. But I do have a nickel. I do have 5 cents. I'm going to give you the 5 cents, but I'm going to expect some change back because there's too much. So I'm going to take away the 1. I can show you on the abacus. I'm going to add the 5 and I'm going to take away the 1. My final answer is 8. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Does it seem complicated? Yes, ma'am. Okay, good, Vincent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you guys so much. So why are we doing this? Well, we could start with doing numbers, right? We could do the individual numbers. I have 2. I need to add, 4. You could do that, but then it goes back to counting up or counting forward. However, what we're doing now is we're giving the kids a different way of thinking and also conceptual and getting them to start to understand concepts. So that's why we start with the abacus, understand how to move the beads, understand how to move the beads, how to subtract. I know in kindergarten, a lot of the kids have problems with subtraction, but it's very easy to see subtraction on the abacus because now we know how to put the jacket on, we will know how to take the jacket off. It's the same thing with the 4. What we're doing with this 4 is we're understanding how to put the jacket on. It is one of the critical things. So if I have 2 on my abacus, I'm going to add 4. But because I add the 4, guess what? I only have 5 cents. So what's going to happen is I have to take away the 1. My final answer is 6. I add the 5, take away the 1. My final answer is 6. Is the abacus only for subtraction and addition? No, Jess. It is for multiplication and division. And we can also do decimals as well. But we can get that in a little bit. The first thing I want to do is make sure that people understand how to add and subtract. But you can do multiplication and you can do division.
Welcome to the real world.
Okay, this one's easy, right? Because this is also one of the fundamentals. If I have 1 on my abacus, and I want to add the 5, guess what? That's too much. So all I got to do is take away the 1. I can do it on my abacus. I add the 5, take away the 1. My final answer is 5. Now, oh yeah, okay. So what did we just do? We did a little, you know what? We're doing the beginning parts of algebra. We're starting to show the kids how to do algebraic concepts. So let's do another one. Let's do 3. 3 has there's a restriction on the 3. Why? Because if I have enough beads, right, if I don't have enough beads, I need to use my formula. So if I have 3, I'm going to put 3 on my abacus. I don't have enough to add another 3. Guess what? I'm going to plus the 5, but that's too much. I'm going to take away the 2. So what did we just do? We did some modification.
You need modification!
Modify. What does that mean? We have this concept. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. What's going to happen is what? We need to isolate the variable. Do you recommend to hire a tutor for this? Yeah, if you want. It's up to you. It depends on what you want to do with it. So what we're going to, it depends on what you want to do with it. I do offer services. I do offer private tutoring, and I also do offer, it's all on Zoom, and I do offer an online class. And then my online class goes through all my worksheets. And I have worksheets and workbooks and lessons. I also have online lessons, and it's self-paced. I was gearing towards those, that would be for more young kids, like 5, 6, 7. I think the tutoring, I'm going into trying to figure out how to make an adult version. So I'm not sure if you're talking about for you or for somebody. It is up to you. So what are we doing is we're going to isolate the variable. What variable are we going to isolate? We're going to isolate the 3. Why? Because we want to add the 3. When we add the 3, I need to tutor some little kids. Right? Tutor some kids this. This would be fantastic. Plus the 3. What are we going to do? But Vivi, you don't need to do this for the kids, right? Because the kids don't care. You just tell them to memorize the formula and you'll be fine. I'm telling you guys this so you guys understand why we're doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this over to this side. Why? Because we need to isolate the variable. This is my known variable. So I'm going to do 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. What did I just do? This is kind of algebra, isn't it? So if I did this, if I said x is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. So what are we going to do? We're going to plus the 5. We're going to add the 3. To add the 3 is what? Plus the 5, take away the 2. My final answer is 6. Now, if you look closely, it looks very familiar, doesn't it? Like 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. If I change this to algebra, x is equal to plus 5 minus y. Okay, I just didn't really learn math this way, but it seems easier. It is really easy. It does seem easier. Yeah, but see, I'm telling you as a big person, right? I wouldn't show the young people, the young kids, x plus y, x is equal to plus the 5 minus the y. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? If I order one, do you send in the small cheat sheet or place the holder? I'm sorry. If I order one, do you also send in a small cheat sheet or place holder thing as well? Are you talking about this? Is the placeholder? Yeah. You know what? I can add it in. I made this one. I can give you a printout. The abacus is sold separately. Jihad. Yeah, I don't know if you want my handwriting. It's kind of like okay, yeah. I have a printout that I created and yeah, okay. And then what was the other one? Cheat sheet. You know what? You can go to my website. In my link in my bio, better than mine. If you wanted the reference sheet, you can get that for free. I can give that to you. Yeah. So yeah, if you sign up, I have the link in my bio. It will, and what I'll do is I give you this, and I do the 4 and 5, and it goes to 10. So this one specifically, it's kind of like this, and then you can download it. Where's the other page? There's another page. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like how to make the placeholder better, because it's kind of nice to see, but I don't know, my handwriting is kind of like better than mine. I appreciate that. But yeah, this was more of a makeshift because I just need to explain things. So it doesn't come with it. I can download it from your website. If you wanted the reference sheet, you can get it from my website. You just sign up for it. Yeah. Thank you, Vivi. But yeah, if you're looking for the reference sheet, it's available for you. Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, the reference sheet is available for you. This is actually quite cool. This is my Abacus formula. And so I know that you've been around for a little bit, and I don't know if you've seen the whole thing, but I took some, it's really quite nice. So what I did was, and I'll flip through it, the first page is how to make a 5, and I show you like how to add it and how to subtract. And then there's behind it is how to make a 10. So making it the 10 is the same. I give you the adding and the subtracting. Then it breaks it up into separate pages, separate groups. So each chapter or each section, this one's making of the 5. Because of the making of the 5, I have labeled add the 5, it's the 4. And if you need to add the 4, you want to take away the 4, it's actually behind it. So may I ask your opinion why the Abacus way is better than the standard way? The standard way does a lot of memorizing, and they have a lot of different strategies. I believe that confuses everybody. That's my opinion, obviously, right? And so I can show you what they do in new math. It's interesting. Common Core is actually Abacus, and it's just a more visual way of seeing. That's awesome. And that's fine. I'm still around. You don't need to do it right now. So here, this is to continue on with my workbook. I have the 10, and then I labeled it. So I have a plus 10, and then here is the minus 9. So this is the plus 9 and the minus 9, but it gets better. Let me show you. It gets better. Here is the workflow. Do you remember how the workflow we have? So the workflow is we have addition. Do you have enough? Yes, you go here. If you have enough, yes or no. And then this is what we do. So Jess, the other reason why I think Abacus is really good is because it really instills critical thinking for children. And critical thinking is something that I heard lacks in mainstream math. Can you zoom out? Yeah. You know what? You can take a picture of that. There you go. Hold on. Is that better? Hold on. There you go. Better? So this would, oh, thank you, Charles, for the confetti. So this is the workflow. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, right? So when we're looking, this is the workflow. And then notice, this is addition. Subtraction is the same. It's not a separate strategy. It's exactly the same. So if you look, do you have enough beads? Yes or no? Do you have enough beads? Yes or no? And what it is you know how to add the 5, you know how to make a 10. If you know how to do all of this, then everything under the sun when you add and subtract is simple. Everything can be done by adding the 5 or adding the 10. Making the 10, making the 5. So does that make sense, Jess? So it's really, I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But the biggest thing that really matters is that we take the abstract symbols. If you notice, numbers are abstract symbols. So what Abacus does, it provides a visual representation of the beads that you have, of the numbers that you have. You actually do the calculations in your head. You do the calculations. I'm writing it out. The Abacus doesn't do the calculations. The Abacus only talks about and only tells you what number you have. It only tracks your number. So it's the interesting thing. People are like, this is the first calculator. It's like, no. Your brain is the first calculator. This is just a thing to help you write. So when we're looking at it, if I have 4, I'm going to add the 4. What I'm doing is I'm translating this number symbol to the object. Right, thank you, Jess. Does that make sense? So this is why I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. No other tool do we have talks about the place value as well as it's compact as well as concreteness. So if that makes sense. So we have, what do we have? We have those we have a lot of manipulatives, right? One of them that I was able to find is these blocks. I don't know if you've had these blocks when you were a kid. I never had blocks. But this is also a problem with management, right? Why? Because if you have 30 kids and they're all playing with these blocks, how do you manage all of that? So it gets a little cumbersome. And the other thing is, yeah, you had those? Yeah. Because you're young. You're so young. And so then if you notice, make sure ensure that online use the TikTok live product. Oh yeah, I am. So if you notice, right, it's hard to see what number this is. You're gonna have to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. But if you notice, your mind can't see this much. So you have to do trading it in. You have to trade it in. Right? We know how to trade it in. We do the 10. So we have to take 1 and then, okay, so that's 11. Now it makes sense. But look, on the abacus, oh, thank you, Jihad. Thank you so much. And then if you notice, 11 on the abacus looks like this. 1 and 1. That's it. Why? Because we also talk about place values. Thank you, Charles. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you, but I was just on a roll, like trying to figure out, like, I think abacus is the greatest thing next to sliced bread, and it's such an elegant, simple tool. It's easy to use and simple to understand, and it baffles my mind that we have everything else under the sun. We have counting bears, we have these little coins, that little flippy thingies, and we try to get to understand the kids, to understand what the numbers are. But the problem is what? The more stuff you have, the more difficult it is to see. Abacus could help with dyscalculia. I believe so. I've been told those people that do have dyscalculia said that they were able to follow my abacus, if that makes sense. And I didn't make abacus. I'm just talking about it. I'm just teaching it, just like we're all learning math. But yeah, I've heard it's same thing with dysgraphia. Some people had dysgraphia. I believe everybody can learn math. I believe everybody who has an abacus can learn math. Why? Because it's part of life. Like, we know how to tie our shoes. We know how to count our feet. We know how to count our toes. So using the abacus, I think, just helps translate all of that information, if that makes sense. What the difference is the dyscalculia that happens is because we have symbols. These symbols are difficult to understand. So using these symbols is very hard. I got my first purchase. I said I'd never buy from this Abby. Thank you, Jihad. I only know how to add and subtract and multiply and divide with an abacus. I appreciate you, Jihad. Thank you so much. It is very helpful to translate. Yeah, I believe it is, right? Because that's the thing, like, I mean, we can have all the numbers in the world. We can make like pictures to up our whatever. But you know what? It's still a bunch of pictures. I'm like, it baffles my mind why we have all these like pictures and stuff. Like, even if this is like hieroglyphics, right? These are all just symbols that we're just like doing. But, you see it, you understand it, but guess what? I can show you on the abacus, and I know I have. But here was the one. I don't know if everybody's seen this. This is the number bond. They're trying to show, place values. This is the tens, this is the ones. This is the tens, this is the ones. Take your tens, put it together. Take your ones, put it together, right? But then what happens is it's still drawing. You know why I feel different about it? Because I even tried it. I even tried to draw out the abacus, but it still doesn't translate from the picture to the real thing. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, our minds can see the 3D. It is very difficult to see the 2D. It's very interesting. Very interesting. So this right here, right, is the number bond. Somebody was trying to show how to, do number bonds, which is fantastic. But it's a lot of paper. Whereas on the abacus, you do it on the abacus, right? So if we have 14, I didn't teach you guys this, but let's say, right, we want to do 14. I had 1, I had 4. I'm going to add the 6. To add the 6, can I do it? Yes, I'm going to add the 6. How do I know the 6 is in the tens column? Because I'm adding the 6 in the tens column. I know it's going to be here. Now I have to add the 8. When I add the 8, what? I know my formula. My formula to add the 8 is what? We need to use our plus 10 formula. The plus 10 formula is 8 plus the 10 minus the 2. We did it, right? We did something very similar. what did we do? That is where we did an 8. We did a plus 10, right? 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Guess what? I don't have enough beads to add the 8. I can modify it and I do a plus 10. Plus 10 is like regrouping, or it's like carrying on, or it's like trading. Plus the 10, what does that mean? Plus 10 is what? Plus the 10, 1, 0. Right? That's too much. Take away the 2. So my final answer is 82. I have to thank you for being kind. I know I'm not your intended audience, but you're wonderful. Evie. Oh, yeah. No, not a problem. Not a problem. Because it's one thing to understand math. It's another thing to be scared. I don't want you to be scared about math. And that was the thing. Like, because I've been going live on TikTok, it's been interesting to see the anxiety that math has, and I don't want people to have problems. And so I'm actually in the process of creating an abacus, introduction to abacus for adults. Yeah. Yeah. You've seen some of the bits of parts of abacus to adults, abacus for adults. And I was going to make activities to it. So and you've seen the activities. One of the activities was to do the maze. You made me feel better. Oh, good, Vivi. I'll record. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Well, this one was meant for understanding how to read the beads. And then the next book I was going to have was actually talking about exactly what I'm talking about now, is how to move the beads when you have to make a 5 and make a 10. And that's what we're doing, is we're understanding the formulas. This is the formulas that we're understanding. It's the fundamentals of adding and subtracting. So with the adding and subtracting, that's what we're doing. So let's go back. So here we have our fundamental. Oh, that's another one. So let me show you. So we already know some of the fundamentals. We know how to add the 4. Right? So let's add the 4. No, let's do a bigger number. Here's my bigger number, and I'll show you how you can scale it. I think I should teach counting by teaching it by the think I should teach counting by yes, or have them count from right to left. Either one. I would let them count on the abacus. It doesn't matter. It's whatever is easiest for them. I don't know. When I think about it, like if you want them, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could, the kids are smart. They could go either way. My boys, they didn't have a problem with it. They saw how the teacher did it. I'm just thinking, I'm reflecting. I mean, it's been a long time since my boys, and I never had to help them with their math homework because they knew how to do abacus. You could teach them left to right, or you can teach them left to right. It's like learning a language, right? Like learning English. If you're a native speaker, I don't speak any other language. I wish I did, but my family is Chinese, and what I was hoping is if you teach your home language at home, they're always going to learn how to speak English no matter what, because they're going to go to school. So does it matter, Some kids knows numbers but needs the tactile input. Yeah. Like a kindergartner. Yeah, I understand. So that's what I was thinking, like my boys didn't have problems. Because in kindergarten, you only do 1 digit. So there's not a problem. When you go to grade 1, their minds are mature enough to understand that they can be flexible. And you know what? It's good that they're flexible. That's why I had my formulas when I have it. When you look, I make it. You can go either way. You can plus the 3 minus the 10, or you can minus the 10 plus the 3. For sure, we speak a different language. Yeah, exactly. Since English will be everywhere else, so you could teach them the abacus way. It's up to you. Does it matter? Honestly, I don't think it matters which way you go, because I think you should be flexible to go both ways. In abacus, right? In math, you should be able to go both ways. They're going to learn everything. And I've always stressed, I don't know what sort of neighborhood you are a part of, but in the neighborhood that I am, I always stress that if the teacher wants you to show the work, you have to show the work. I'm a yeah, 100% in Abacus. Yeah, I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. It just amazes me. But yeah, and you know, it is that, and that's why I put this way, right? Plus the 10 minus the 10 plus the 4, or plus the 4 minus the 10, because I want them to be able to switch between the two. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one. This one, I don't know if you've seen this one, but if we look, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Right? What are we going to do? We're going to add 24, 311. Now, we don't need to make friendly numbers. We just need to see the abacus. We just need to see if we have it. Do you have enough to add 2, Vivi? Do you have enough? Yes, I do. I'm going to add 2. Do you have enough to add 4? No, I don't. Remember how to add the 4? Do you remember how to add the 4? We did it. Add the 4 is what? Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. So we're going to plus the 5, take away the 1. Can I add the 3? Yes, I can add the 3. Can I add the 7? I'm sorry, can I add can I add the 1? Yes, add the 1. Can I add another one? Yes, I'll add another 1. So my final answer is 37,889. I wish it was 13,900 since all the, oh yeah. And then 8 was just OCD or something. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. You know why I didn't do 9 is because I didn't want to add the 10. That's why. I'd have to explain that right away. I wanted to show this 4 though. So maybe what I should do is 5 or oh yeah, no. Because it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to figure that one out. Yeah. But that's the reason why, because I didn't want to make a 10. Because I didn't want to have to explain that. Because I wanted to show how to make a 5. And we could do it again, right? 26. And now, because we know how to put our jacket on and take our jacket off, now, no matter what we're doing with our numbers, we can see it, right? Now we can see it.
Oh, I can see everything.
So I had 20 and I have 6. I'm going to add, ignore it. No, you're good. You're good. I like that though. I mean, we're all a little quirky sometimes. So we want to add the 3. When we add the 3, what are we going to do? Plus the, you know what I'm going to do? Maybe instead of doing 5 digits, I'll do 4 digits. There you go. There you go. I'll do that. I'll do 4 digits instead. So I want to add the 3. When we add the 3, it's plus the 5 minus the 2. And then I want to add the 2. Can I add the 2? Yes, I can add the 2. So my final answer is what? My final answer is 58. You know why I do 4 digits? Because this 1 is redundant. That's why I do it. Yeah. Okay, how are we doing? Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much for the rose, Charles. I see you. I see you. Thank you so much. Ha, math joke. Yeah, right? Okay, how are we doing? So we're understanding how to make a 5. Because we know how to make a 5, guess what? We know how to minus a 5. That's the next concept. That's the next concept. The next concept that has to take away the 5. When we take a 5, oh yeah. When we take away the 4, right, it's the same thing. We go through our concept. We go through, can we do it? We have 8 on the abacus. I want to take away the 4. When I take away the 4, guess what? Minus the 5 plus the 1. Looks very familiar, doesn't it? Looks very familiar. 4 equals 5 minus 1. But I look here. If I want to take away the 4, it's minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. And my final answer is 4. This is why it's good to know. It is exactly the same as jacket on, jacket off. What you do is you put your jacket on and you take your jacket off. We take our jacket off when we take away the 4. We put our jacket on when we add the 4. And now you see that there's a number pattern. Here is to add the 4. Notice it's a 1 bead on top and 1 bead on bottom. And then what? I have to take away the 4. 1 bead on top, 1 bead on bottom. Add the 4, take away the 4. This is what the kids will see when they start using the abacus. You can't see that here. You can you can't see it here. I even show it to you here, but this doesn't relate and it doesn't translate to the real thing. I mean, I like my pictures, but still the real thing is the best, right? I try to put in arrows, but it still doesn't translate. So we want to move it up. That's it. So what we just did is understand the fundamentals, and we critically think, can I do it? No. So what can I do? I have to minus the 4. Can I use the 5? And that's it. Easy. Going from 4 to 5, you just go, yes. And all the 4s off the little 5. Yes, I'm getting my kiddos some abacuses. BB. See? You are my ideal customer. You are my ideal audience, Vivi, because you're the parent that wants to teach the kids. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Charles, so much for the rose. Charles, you're very kind. You're very generous. Thank you so much. I'm just a tutor. You know what? Tutor needs to have better tools, and Abacus is the best tool. Oh my gosh! So that's what I was thinking. I was teaching my kids. I was teaching my kids how to golf, and I was looking at my putts. I was looking at my irons and stuff, and I realized that we need to figure out our tools, understanding. And I'm going to make a post out of this. Understanding these would be our tools. My kids are super smart to get bored counting upwards. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The thing is, mainstream math counts up. They do number lines. They do a lot of counting up. But I think conceptually, this is a little bit higher thinking, I guess. Not golf. Not fun math. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny. Like, we need tools, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start calling this tools. These are tools. How to make a 5 is a tool. How to make a 10 is another tool. We need to understand our tools. And every iron in golf is very specific. It's the same thing with our numbers. Every number has a specific way of adding, and it's all about how it adds to the number. It's not about the result. So that's why you divorce the result and you marry the process. There's a visual, and being able to play it, and it's fun too. Yeah. Okay, so we know how to make a 4. We know how to take away the 4. It's the same thing. So if I have 16 on my abacus, right? And I want to take away the 4. I don't have enough beads to take away the 4. Guess what? Minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. My final answer is 12. I could do it again with the 5. So when we're doing with the 15, here's the 15. 15, 1, and 5. Take away 4. To take away the 4, it's minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. And my final answer is 11. Right? And it's the same thing. We could do the, and then these specific books that I have, this one is all about taking away the 5. How do we minus the 5? And once they understand the concept, then I have practice problems, because practice makes solid, right? Practice, there was a saying, practice makes understanding. Practice, I gotta find that quote. But again, I mean, you've seen my mazes. So you answer the maze and then you follow the path. There's a hidden word, and they try to figure out, what the answer is, and they find the answer down here. There's a color by number, and I have word problems, because I believe we need to introduce word problems. What else? I have spin the wheel. So this is the spinning. What it is you take a paper clip, you spin it, and then wherever it lands, that's the number that you go. It feels like this feels like bougie Sudoku. I do like big classic abacus. Will it still work the same? Yes, of course. Yes, let's show you. Let me show you. Like this one, this is a Chinese abacus. I'm gonna be playing at work. This thing, the coworker's gonna laugh. So this is a Chinese abacus. A Chinese abacus works very similar to a Japanese abacus. The Chinese abacus was invented before the Japanese abacus, which is fine. And then the Japanese came around and made it more efficient. So when we're looking at it, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I'm sorry, 5. So sorry. Let me start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we have 5 here, we're going to trade it in. Because we trade it in, we're going to trade it in for that. So then we can do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then after 5, this is trading in. So we do 5 to trade in. So this is 10, right? But then because this is 10, we're going to trade again. And this is now 10. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Okay, so Vivi, because you have one of these, it's actually really cool to explain how to do multiplication. So when you look, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times, so then we do 15. We got to do that. 5 times 4 is 20. 5, 10. No, sorry, 10, 20. 5 times 5, right, is 25. Trade this in for 5, right? Or 6 times table. This is where it blew my mind. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 10, 12. 6 times, so we trade this in, right? This is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 1, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 times 4 is 20, right? 4. 6 times 5 is 30. 1, 2, 3. Trade this in, right? This is 30. 6 times 7 is 5. 6 times 8 is 40. It's like a magic trick. Yeah. It's really quite amazing. And then we have 40. Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Oh, did I do... I was supposed to do 6s. I've lost count. But yeah, I skipped 6. Oh, yeah, sorry. So wait, we got to do... So we did 30, and then 6 times 6 is 6 times 6. There we go. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8, I just add another 6. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 9, 54. I know! You can't do it for 7s, though. I don't think you can do it for 7s. Because 7s, you need to use the formula. Because if you do 7 plus another 7, so we have 7. And then we need to add a 7. Can't add a 7. This is where it falls apart. You can't really do it smooth on the 5 piece. You could, because it would be 5, 10, 15, right? Trade that in. That's 15. 20, 25, trade that in. 30, 35, trade it in. 40, 45. 7s. I mean with 6. 7s. Yeah. Hey Jeffers, we're exploring the Chinese abacus. Welcome Jeffers. So, I mean, like to say, well, it's kind of like the same, right? 7s, you can't do 7s. It breaks down after 14, because we do 7, 5, 6, 7, and then we do 7 again. So this is 14, 10, and then we're here. So then we can't add another 7. Yeah, I derailed the host. Oh, I meant on the, oh yeah. So on the abacus, you can only do, it's just easier to do 5s. So we do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, right? 40, 45, and then 50. So you can only do 5s. You can't do 6s because it's 6 plus 6. Then you got to start doing your formulas. Then you really got to start doing your formulas. So when you start doing your formulas, we do 6 times 2, 6 times 6 is 18. 6 times, where am I at? 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah. We'll get into understanding more about the formulas, but yeah. I just really enjoy your teaching. Yeah, no problem, Vivi. Not a problem. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming by and stopping. But yeah, it's interesting to explore different ways of doing things. I have no problem with exploring because it just brings us into like, it's just amazing on how elegant the abacus is. And the funny thing is the word abacus only means moving beads. It has nothing to do with anything. Just move the beads. That's what abacus means. All right, so we did that. I mean, we're pretty much done. No, we're not. We got plenty more actually. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to do our 2 steps, right? Because we understand how to make a 10, right? That's an awesome trivia question. What does abacus mean? Where did it come from? Yeah. Yeah, $1 million card. What does abacus mean? Yeah. And it's interesting. It's interesting that Eurocentric math never took on abacus like this. There is a thing called a Reckenrech, and that's a Dutch abacus. That Dutch abacus is still 10 beats across, and it's red and white. There's another one called a Right Start, and that's blue and yellow. And then there's the Russian abacus that's like 10 beats across. It's very colorful. But the interesting thing is everybody is like this. And I'm like, we can't talk about place values if it's like this. That's why I find it interesting that the Japanese abacus, the Soroban, already knew to have every column as a place value. Moving the beads, I would never guess. Yeah, right? I remember the black and white one. Black and white. I don't know the black and white one. It was it was in every doctor's office? That's interesting. That's very interesting. And it probably had 10 beads. Okay. So we did that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to understand 2-step equations. 2-step equations just means what we're going to do is we're going to modify, we're going to understand how to work the 10s and the 5s together. One of the questions would be one of these. This is a very, again, it's simple. I know it's simple, but it's also one of the big questions, right? So again, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the add-in. When I have my add-in, I want to do 8 and want to add the 5. We know how to add the 5. To add the 5 is what? Do we remember how to add the 5? We want to add the 5. Plus the 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus 5. So I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 5. My answer is 13, right? I'm going to add 13. Okay, that's fine. This is very different. Why? Because it's about the add-in. It's the add-in that makes the difference. So if I have 5 on my abacus, right, and I want to add the 8. To add the 8, I know it's plus the 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus 2. I'm going to plus the 10, but guess what? I cannot minus the 2. This is where we talk about our 2-step equation. We know how to take away the 2. Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. Plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. My final answer is 13. That is what we call a 2-step equation. Why? Because we take our information and we need to modify it until we can till it's complete. I call it a 2-step equation because that's very similar to algebra. Abacus world calls it compounding or mixed numbers. But I don't because I feel like that's a very non-specific terminology. Just like doubles, memorizing your doubles. I think that's a very non-specific terminology. So when we're looking, now we understand a 2-step equation. So if you notice, the answers are the same. However, how to get there is very different. So we could do another one. We could do this one. Excuse me. So we have 27. I want to add 76. What do we want to do first? The 7 or the 6? Thank you, Charles, so much for the roses. Okay, Jihad, yes, please recover from your tooth removal. That's a tough one. Have a good night, Jihad. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you so much for dropping by and buying something from TikTok. Oh, I'm excited to be getting the Abacus in the mail. Yeah, that's crazy. Yes, it will be out tomorrow. I'll get it out tomorrow for sure. Oh, before I forget, just so everybody knows, I'll be gone on Friday. I'm going to go camping. So I'll be out for 10 days, I think. No problem anytime. You're great. You're just so contagious. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. What? Yes. Yes, I am fragile. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be back. I'll be back. We were trying to think if I can go live when we go camping, but I'm not sure if I can. I don't know what I'd be saying. Bring bear spray. Yeah, we got the bear spray because we're gonna go to Yellowstone. So we heard that there are some bears there. Yeah. So yeah, I apologize. I'm fragile, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll be back. We were thinking like I don't know if I'm gonna go live when I'm camping. I don't know how that would work. Because I don't have my materials and I won't, I'd have to use my phone and my eyes are old, so I can't see my phone without my glasses. Anyways, so we're going to add the 7. Which one do we want to do first, the 7 or the 6? Which one do we want to do first? You let me know. We can do both ways. De-stress. I'd bring it anyways. In that case, yeah, be fun. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am fragile. It's okay. Thank you, I appreciate that. Which one are we gonna do first? Excuse me, sorry. 7 or the 6? Which one do you want to do first? 7. So we're gonna do the 7 first. Thank you so much, I am fragile. So can we do it? Yes, we can. We're gonna add the 7. That was easy. Now, but if you notice, it's going to get a little complicated because then we're going to add the 6. Is there enough to plus the 6? No. We're going to do plus the 10 minus the 4. So we got to plus the 10, 1, 0, 1, 0. That's what we got to do. We know how to add the 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to what? Plus the 9, no, minus the 9. Plus the 10. Minus the 9 plus the 10. And then we got to do the 4. When we do the 4, is there enough? No. What are we going to do? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. Now we're here. We got to add the 6. No, we already added the 6. That was it. We added the 6. So my final answer is what? 103. Let's do it the other way. We have 20, we have 7. Now we're going to add the 6. We want to plus the 6. Plus 6 is what? 6 is equal to plus the 10 minus 4. We're going to plus the 10. We're going to take away the 4. Minus the 4 is what? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. And then we want to add the 7. Now, if we add the 7, we're looking at our abacus. Can I add the 7? No, I cannot add the 7. I know how to do it. 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus 3. Plus the 10 minus 3. So my final answer is 103. There we are. Wow, there's still 50 people here. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. Let me know if you have any questions. What we can do is we can do a review. We can review what the abacus is. Thank you everybody for joining. So what are we going to do is we're going to review on the abacus. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. All the top beat is a value of 5. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10, and then we have 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Okay, Jihad, bye. In case I was talking bad about you, that Jihad! I can't believe he was still here. No, I'm kidding. 14, right? 14, and then 15. So this is 15. We have 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. 20, 2 and a 0. When we look on our abacus, we have place values. Every column is a place value. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000s. When we look, when I counted, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you notice, I have this ones indicator. This ones indicator tells me where my ones place is. So what I could do is if I choose this one over here,
Pokemon, I choose you!
this will be my ones place. So then I'll have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Notice after tens, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, I want to go to hundreds, but I can't because I have no more columns. That's why I decide to do this one over here.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
So this would be my ones, and now I have room for my tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. If you notice, you'll see that my ones, I have tenths and hundredths. So now we have place values. The place value, my decimal, sits between the ones and the tenths. It doesn't sit on the actual column itself. How is everybody doing? Does that make sense? Are we okay? I know there's a lot of people that come and go, and so I'm not sure if everybody's here. Thank you, everybody, for joining. My name is Lynette, and I am an abacus teacher. Thank you for joining. I have a few books about abacus, and if you're interested, I also have also here. My name is Lynette, and what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus, move the beads. We can do adding, subtraction, multiplication, and we can do division. But the first thing we would do is understand how to read the abacus. And this is an abacus. This abacus is what will count our numbers. It will count our tools. It will tell us what the numbers are. So, how are we doing? How is everybody? Thank you so much for the likes. Wow, 13K. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, how are we doing? What questions do we have on the abacus? What questions do we have? We can go into I am fragile. Did you ever go into multiplication? I didn't. You didn't? Okay, let's do it. Let's do some multiplication. Because it's just you and me now. I don't know if Jeffers is still here. Hello, Moto. Hello, Rithwood. Do all abacus have the same number of beads, or are they different? You know, that's a really good question. Everyone's quiet now. It's okay. It's really late. It's like 3 in the morning for everybody. Hello, Moto. Hello, Moto. Okay, so, yes. No, not all abacuses have the same number of beads. This one is specific. This one is a Soroban. So it's 1 bead on top, 4 beads on the bottom. There's another one that I have. And this is a Chinese abacus. And a Chinese abacus has 2 beads on top and 5 beads on the bottom. There's the other ones, the Russian abacus. It's horizontal like this, and there's 10 beads across. And there's a Reckon-Rec. A Reckon-Rec has 5 beads that are red, 5 beads that are white, and there's 10 beads across. A Right Start is a blue bead and a white bead, and it's the same concept, 5 and 5, and it's horizontal, which I don't understand how you figure what the place value is when they're horizontal. The abacus themselves, on the Chinese one, we have place values. Every column is a place value, just like the Japanese abacus. The Japanese abacus, every column is a place value. So, did that make sense? Rywin? Yeah. Yeah, everybody is quiet, but that's okay. Let's do some... Actually, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, let me know if you have any more questions about the abacus. I love talking about the abacus. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to multiply. Let's not do this one. This one seems a bit complicated. Let's do... Which one? Oh, yeah! Haha! I know it's still too far ahead, but I am fragile. I was looking at... So my friend Audrey, she was doing a question for... I don't know, a question for some test and something. And she was talking about how to find the interest. And then she was talking about how, like, you can subtract, and then you multiply, and then you got to figure out how to divide and all this. And I was like, oh my God, you could do it on the abacus. So I started doing it on the abacus. And then one of these days we're going to do a collab. She's going to do it with her calculator, and I was going to write it out and show you how to do it on the abacus. The only problem I'm afraid of to do it on the abacus is that people will think it's too complicated, because there is a certain way of doing these things on the abacus. So like this one right here, if we did 7,162, right? And then 30 cents. What do? Is we're going to take away 67. Take away 6, and then take away 7. Take away 7 is what? Minus the 10 plus the 3. But see, that's a concept that not very many people would know. So my final answer is $462.30. When is the collab? I'm not sure. I think it would have to be after I come back. But it would be interesting, like, I don't know how it would work, because she does algebra and she does trigonometry, and obviously abacus can only do arithmetic. So when she was talking about how to find the interest, I thought it was very interesting. And then I was actually trying to figure it out on the abacus, how I would do it. But like this is not what I teach, because I don't teach interest rates. That is a test that they do. Sounds fun, honestly. Really? Yeah, but she would have to figure out some of the questions, and she would have to give me the question so I can work it out, because there's some things that I haven't done for a long time, like decimals with division. And it was interesting to see it on the abacus to do division with this, because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits divided by 1, 2, 3. We don't count the decimal here. So this was the division question that she was talking about. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, a collab. Hey, Dimples, welcome back. This is a question I was just talking about. Remember Audrey was talking about 6,700 for the interest rate? I was actually thinking about breaking this out as in the abacus world. And then she was like open to like I was like, Audrey, I don't know if you want to do a collab on this. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, oh. That means I gotta like look at all her questions and see what I could do with abacus. But it was interesting because she did the takeaway, and then she did the multiplication, and then she did the division. Thank you for going over again. Really? Oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it is very similar. There's many aspects that you can use abacus for. Yeah. Yeah, I copied whatever she did. But like the question, right? 67. Hello, Isaac. I enjoyed learning from you. Oh, thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was really interesting. And it was really more interesting in how when she got the division part. And I was like, I could do that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the collab is. She'll have to give me like a few questions, and then we can work it out together before we go prime time. Prime time. Okay. So we're back to multiplication. All right, multiplication. Here we are. So the first thing we're going to do is understand that we need to do distributive property. Times that by 8. what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to read the abacus. No, we're not. We're going to count our digits. To count our digits, we need to do 3. How do we know? Because 93 is 2 digit, 8 is 1 digit. So we have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to be in my third column over here, the hundreds column. What I do is I'm going to do 8 times 9. 8 times 9 is what? 8 times 9 is 72. So I add 70, I add 2. And then I do 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is what? What is 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is 24? Yeah. Thank you, Jackson. 24. So I have 2, and then I add the 4. So my final answer is 700, right? 744. And that is multiplication. We can do it again. Do you want to do another one? Yeah, we could do another one. Okay, let's do another one. Because I made my... I just gotta find it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's do this one. We're gonna do another maze. I was actually kind of scared about mazes because I thought like maybe it's too many mazes, but then I realized, you know, word searches is the same format, so I shouldn't be scared, but I am. Okay, do you have videos? I do have videos. I mean, if you look at my whole, what do you call it? My whole feed. I can't believe you're still alive at. But Dimples, I can't believe you're still awake. It's only 12:45 for me. I'm in the Pacific Standard Time. I can't believe you're still up. Not me, you. My goodness. Hey, that's great. I'm actually in LA. Yeah, it's crazy that you're still up, awake, Dimples. Oh, yeah. I just moved away from there. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so crazy with the National Guard. Oh my God. I don't want to get political, but it was so, yeah, it was crazy out there. Yeah, they made me so mad. But yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm just, yeah. I don't want to be political, but I feel so sad about what's happening. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand. Let's go move it down a little bit. So again, this is my, I binged it this morning. I know. It was so sad, and I'm like, it's so, I can't, I don't want to, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I live in a very multicultural, yeah, so math, yeah. Yes, okay. 3 digits. Thank you. 3 digits. We're going to do 3 digits. We do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now we're going to do 6 times 1. Again, we're doing distributive property. 1, 2, 3. 6 times 9 is what? 6 times 9 is equal to what? 54. So I add my 5 and I add my 4. 6 times 1, speaking of sleep, it's 12:40. I probably should get some sleep with my husband. Thank you, Azelle. Thank you, Isaac. JK, yes, 54. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 times 1. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. 6 is a single digit. So guess what? I'm going to go back one column. I'm going to add the 6. I'm going to add the 6. So my final answer is, what's my final answer? Thank you, JK. Welcome back, JK. What is my final answer? Can we read that? Yeah, my daughter and her friends have me up I'm about to go to sleep. 9 a.m. You need to sleep, woman. Go to sleep. Good night. Good night. I'll see you later. My God. 3 hours of sleep. 6 hours of sleep. Woo. I am fragile. Okay, see you later. I am fragile. I'll see you in my next live. 546. Yes, 546. 546. We're down to here. And then what are we doing? Not me to get hurt. Oh, ha ha ha. All right. So we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. 4 times 4 is what? 16. Right? And then I add another 4 because we know 4 plus 1 is 4. 4 is a single digit. I go back one column. I add the 4. What is my final answer? My final answer is 164. Thank you, JK. So it takes me to here. So what we're doing is we're doing simple multiplication. So we just want to do is we want to understand how to multiply because it's a different way of doing it. Because I know in mainstream math we don't really do distributive property, but we do, which is it's so interesting. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is a single digit. You go back one column and you add the 3. And then what? 3 times 4 is what? 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Add 1, add 2. So what's my final answer? Thank you, JK. Thank you. 42. I think after this, I am going to end the live. 1, 2. This is easy, right? We know it's 67 because it's 1 times 1. Do you pick the column? Oh, hey, Jocelyn. I actually choose this one because if you notice, I have a dot. I don't know if you can see that. There's a ones indicator right here. This is my ones indicator. And so when I'm looking, that's how I do it. You could choose this one. Excuse me. Sorry. You could choose this one.
Pokemon, I choose you!
Then I would move everything over and it'd be here. Ones, tens, but then I have no more room for hundreds. So when we look, we have a lot more room for decimals. Yeah, does that make sense? So now if I move it back to here,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I have room for ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you so much for asking. So this is 67. 67 over here. That's fine. That's what 67 is. Okay, we're back to here. I have to watch your videos first because I don't get it. Oh, what? Oh, sorry, Moto. What do you not get? Okay, so let's review. Let's review. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? That's 4 on the abacus. Let me redo that. And we could use money. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? Hi, Kate. Thank you. Thank you for liking this stream. So then, Moto, after 4 is 5. 5 looks like that. And then we have 6. That's 6. 7, 7. 8, 8. And then 9. This is 9. It helps when you put the chart at the bottom. Oh, yeah? Okay. Or I could put, yeah. There you go. Right? So when we're looking, we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's after 9? Excuse me. What's after 9 is 10. Right? 10. Like 10 cents. And then we can count 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Now we can count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If I did this, this would be 100, 200, 300, Make sense? So if I look at it, this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then we have 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And then 6. So all of this together is 6. Anytime the beads are touching this horizontal bar, it's being counted, right? So these are all 6s. And then we have 7. These are all 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And then 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And then 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Yep. So every column, that's 9. So it'd be 99,999.99. Does that make sense, Moto? Thank you, Jocelyn. I hope that made sense. Okay. Of course. Okay, good. Not a problem. Not a problem. Just let me know, cause I don't know when you come in, and I'm always in the middle of a thought or of a conversation, and I move the class forward. So what we do is we understand what the first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus, right? So before we do anything, we learn how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, then we know how to move it, and then after moving, we do adding and subtraction, and then we do multiplication and we do division. I do have some books available at my TikTok shop, and it's over here. My name is Lynette, and I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. 20 years! I've been teaching abacus on TikTok for 6 months. It's very different because now I'm talking to big people. And I enjoy talking to big people because as long as you keep your mind open to new things.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
If you can keep your mind open to, because this is a different way of thinking, but it's very visual and it's very visual, but it's very tactile, and I think it benefits to understand that when we move the beads, we can see how much is there, and we can subatize. So if I did 5 plus 3, I know this is 8. If I do take away 6, if I take away, I move it away from the horizontal bar. Now we have 2. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to move the beads now. And that is part of this book, which is my preschool book. And I was gearing towards kids that are 3, 4, and 5. Those children that don't know how to, those children that don't know what their numbers are. Now in Abacus world, what we're going to do is we're going to understand the add-in. We're going to understand the number that we need to do things to. So that's what makes the difference. Because in mainstream math, we always look at the result. The mainstream math, there's a result. Thank you for the work you do. This old lady is add 2 glasses of wine, and I'm not comprehending. Ah, Diana. Oh. Did you not understand how the numbers work? Is that what you're asking? Diana? Is it the numbering that you're having problems with? So the blue, yes, the blue bead, the top bead will always be 5. So this is 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I just came in understanding it. Not, but the wine is not the numbers. I get it. I'll need practice to do it fast. I'm counting them slow right now. Yes. Yes. It does take practice. It's like, when you're typing on the keyboard. So, Diana, do you understand that this is 5? The top bead will always be 5. I don't call it by color because when I use this one, I know the top bead is 5. When we're looking, right, we have 1. So if I do this, this is 1. Diana, did that make sense that this is 1? So when we're looking, right, this is 0. Now we have 1. We have 2. This is 2. I'll stick to the color ones for now. Yeah, Yeah, the colors are nice. The colors are nice. So this is 2, right? And this is 3. But that's why I call it the top bead, because I'm very specific. So I always say the top bead because if and whenever you transfer to a different abacus. Sorry to say, I don't understand the whole concept. You don't know that this is 3? 1, 2, 3? What we're doing is we're counting beads. That's all we're doing. It's this one right here. Yep. We're just counting the beads. Put the place value. Oh, that's a good one. Put the place value. I have to find it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Jocelyn. Yeah, but there you go. I don't know if that helps. Thank you, Jocelyn, for the help. So I don't know, Diana. I don't know if that's going to help you. We do 1, 2, or sometimes money works too. Oh no, did I do it with money? So I do 2, just like this. This is 1 cent. This is 2 cents. Right? I don't know, Diana. So then this is 3 cents. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put the Y, not the numbers. Okay. So what do we do? Oh, I was doing multiplication, but I think I lost a few people. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. She might be sleeping, you know, depending on how she is. She'll probably come again later. She left us. I just turned to your channel and I learned something new already. To love the way you explain it. Thank you, Nino. Can you do the one with an addition? Can you do an addition one? Yes, I could do it. I understand with the money. Oh, good. You're still here. Okay. So we're going to continue. Okay, let's do a review and I'll do the addition one. So this is 4. We have 4. Okay. Now we want to do 5. We have 5 cents. Because I have 5 cents, this is what it looks like. This is what 5 cents looks like. The top bead will always be 5. Money talks. So if I want to add one more, this is 6. 5, 6. If I have another one, this is 7. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. We have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Thank you so much. 14K is a lot. Okay, so let's do some adding. I was just thinking we need to understand how to add. So, Jocelyn asked for the addition one. So when we're looking, right, we have 6, 6, and then we want to add the 2. Hey, Jeff, have a good night. Thank you for dropping by. My question is I have 2. Can I do it? Can I add the 2? Yes, I can add the 2. So there's my 2. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Thank you, Jocelyn. So when we're looking, we want to look at the add-in. And the question is always, do you have enough? So we have 5. I'm going to add the 5. When I want to add the 3, I'm going to add the 3 because I have enough. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff. So my final answer is 8. Now the difference between this and that is what? It's easy to subatize. You can see what the number is. And then we're going to continue on. So in mainstream math, there's this thing called these dots, right? Which is difficult to see. So you'd have to like count individual dots. Or you can use the tally. But in Abacus, it's just plus the 5 and then plus the 3. Again, my final answer is 8. Now we can subatize. We don't need to count it. 5, 6, 7, 8. What we do is we just look at it and we go, oh, that's 8. 4. If you notice 4, we go to the horizontal bar. We add to the horizontal bar. That's what adding is. When we subtract, we're going away from the horizontal bar. So what's going to happen is now we know how to put our jacket on. We need to learn how to take our jacket off. It is a karate kid, right? So what we're doing is we're learning the basics, the fundamentals of how to move the beads. The reason why it's critical is so then we can understand how to add and subtract. So the first thing we understand here is we want to have 3. I'm going to go to the horizontal bar. So when I want to subtract 2, again, if you see it, I'm looking at this 2. Can I do it? Yes, I can. I'm going to take away the 2. Notice I have my horizontal bar and I take it away from the horizontal bar. So what we're doing now is I'm showing you how to subtract. It is not a separate strategy. It's the same strategy. How to add is the same as how to take away. So then we have 3, we have 4, right? And then we have 3. We're going to take away the 3. So my final answer is 1. And that's what it is. So what we're doing is it's called simple adding. The reason why it's called simple adding is because we don't need to worry about formulas. We don't need to worry about addition sentences. So we have 4, we add the 4, we take away the 4, we just take away the 4. Same thing with the 9. We have the 9, we want to take away the 4. To take away the 4 is just take it away from the horizontal bar. And then we have our 5. Again, it's the same thing. If we have 3 or 2, we want to add the 5. It is now 7. Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Yeah, maybe not with wine. That would be good. That would be a good day. Yeah? Yeah. Excuse me. So Jocelyn, does that make sense how to move the beads? And then if you look, we're going to do the 6. When we do the 6, oh yeah, okay. So when we do the 6, it's 5, 6, and we bring it together. So here's the question. That's a very good question. I am going to use this. So we have our question, 23 plus 13. So here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. What do you want to do? Do you want to do the 1 first or the 3? So on my abacus, I'm going to put 23. Which one do you want to do first? Oh, excuse me. We'll do the 3 first. Okay. So with the 3, I'm going to put this on my abacus. 1, 2, 3. And then what I do is I want to add another 3. Well, guess what? This is when we start talking about how to make a 5. Notice that how to make a 5, you have 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. This is a concept that we're doing. And what we're going to do is we're going to modify it. We are going to do...
You need modification! Modify! Modify!
What does that mean? That means that we take our number sentence, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. What we're going to do is we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate the 3. So it's 5 minus 2. We're going to substitute the 3 for this. So now what we're doing is we're doing a very similar thing that we do in algebra, substitution. So if you notice, I have the 3. But guess what? I don't have any more loose beads. But I do have 5 cents. If I give you 5 cents, that's too much. I need to exchange it, and I need to take away the 2. Same thing on my abacus. I add the 5, I take away the 2. So my answer is 6. And then I want to add the 1. Adding the 1, do I have enough? Yes, I have enough. So my final answer is 36. Does that make sense? So what we just did is, this is what we call a making of a 5. And we always, whenever we add a 3 to a 3, that's always making a 5, no matter what. Thank you, Moto. Good. Good, Moto. And that's it. But that was the last one. I got the first part, and after that I got lost. The first part is adding the 3, right? So if I have 3, let's do 3 plus 3, right? I have the 3. If I add another 3, but I don't have any more beads, guess what? I have a 5. That's more than enough, isn't it? So how do I trade that in? Hey, sunshine. How do I trade in the 5? What do I do to balance it? Yes, you get rid of the 2. So my final answer is 6. I can show you on my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 2. And then I have these two. Add the 2, add the 1. So my final answer is 36. Yeah. See, the thing is the key is the 5. This 5 is what makes our information. What time do you come tomorrow? Got it. Yeah. There's all these pairs. 4 plus 1, 1 plus 4. These are all pairs to how to make a 5. And when you start to understand this, it gets better when we have to make a 10. When we make a 10, it's the same concept, but now it's different numbers. What time tomorrow? I'm going to try to get in about 7 in the morning tomorrow. And then tomorrow night. Ooh, thank you, Moby. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it's, yes, it is a little late. I've been on for a little bit. My energy level is starting to come down. Oh, yeah. I can feel it in my eyes. Yeah. Thank you, Moto. Yeah, I'll probably come in about 7 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. So right now it's 1 a.m. 7 in the morning, we need 8 hours of sleep. Which do you prefer to start with, the 1s or the 10s? I usually start with the 10s, but it is better if you can be flexible and start any which way. You just need to track your columns. Yeah, Jocelyn, it's 3 in the morning and you're doing math. What's it called? The dark math, the dark web. Right? Is it called dark web or something? We could call it dark math. Yeah, sorry, going back. You can start with the 1s or you can start with the 10s. I do the 10s because I've been doing the 10s for like ever since I started learning how to do the abacus. But I also noticed that it doesn't, honestly, it's whatever's easiest for you. Yeah, I actually learned the abacus when I was 30, and I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. But I live vicariously through my boys, and they all know how to use the abacus. So, and I appreciate that they know, and so did they appreciate it later because they're starting to see how their friends struggle with math, and they were like, "What's the problem? What's going on?" So, always something new to learn. Yeah, right? There's always something new. But I'm really excited for my puzzles, my mazes. And I was going to make a multiplication maze book. And that's what this is, a multiplication maze book. And I really like the way it's categorized. Really excited for it. So, but yes, thank you everybody for joining. I am going to end it. I'm going to end the live. I don't know how Jocelyn does it. It's very late. Oh, yeah. 6. We need 8 hours of sleep. Maybe I'll come on about 8 o'clock, but I'm trying to get in. My 1-year-old is like, oh, yeah, I remember those times. Yeah, I remember those times. You know what the funny thing? I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good night, Modo. Good night. Yeah. Funny, my one of my boys, he had to sleep on me, and then he would fall asleep in like 5 seconds. I'm glad you came up my newsfeed. Oh yeah, I'm happy I'm here. Yeah, and if you I know I talk fast. Let me know, and I can always slow it down. And then if you don't understand certain concepts, we can always try a different way. There's many ways, and I truly believe everybody can learn math. I truly believe that. It's just depending on how it works. So, but yes, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much. I am going to call it a night. Thank you. I am fragile. Thank you, Jocelyn. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. Oh, Anisha. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night, Anisha. See you all tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Charles, if you're still around. Thank you so much for all the gifts. Wow, 17,000 likes. Woo! That's like crazy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. All right. I'm going to go. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.